This one is actually really interesting because the first game was made in-house by Nintendo EAD, which was their Mario development studio at the time, and that studio technically doesn't exist anymore due to restructuring prior to the Nintendo Switch era. After the first Luigi's Mansion, there was a 12-year-long hiatus between games. It clearly never left Nintendo's conscience though, because they would reference it constantly, like in Mario Kart Double Dash or Mario Super Sluggers. But still, over a decade with no new Luigi's Mansion in sight. After this long wait, however, we finally got a sequel to Luigi's Mansion in 2013 for the year of Luigi, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, or Luigi's Mansion 2 in regions that don't exist in my eyes. This is propaganda. This game was not made in-house by Nintendo, but instead by Next Level Games, a studio with a fairly long history of working with Nintendo. Their first Mario project was Super Mario Strikers back in 2005. Considering that series has a darker and edgier, for lack of better words, look to it, it made complete sense for them to take over Luigi's Mansion since that series is a lot darker than your standard Mario game. Unfortunately, they didn't go for that approach with Dark Moon, instead going for the Halloween aisle at Walmart. This game is just way more cartoony than the original, and I'm not trying to act like the first game is some terrifying horror game, but compared to Dark Moon, it's terrifying. This trend continued with Luigi's Mansion 3, keeping the same goofy atmosphere that Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon had. And while I still like those two games, the original hasn't been topped for me. For the inevitable Luigi's Mansion 4, I really hope they go for a more eerie atmosphere. Not necessarily dead baby within the first 15 minutes of the game level like the first Luigi's Mansion, but just something a little bit more creepy. This story actually comes full circle because in early 2021, Nintendo fully acquired Next Level Games. Although that doesn't mean the Luigi's Mansion series is made by Nintendo again. Just because they own something, that doesn't mean they are that thing. Like, I own this Mario plush, but I am not the Mario plush.